Hey everyone, and welcome. Have you ever wanted to tell a great story about something that happened, yesterday or maybe last week? Well, today we are going to master the simple past tense. It's like the key that unlocks all your past stories in English. So let's get started.
I mean, really think about it. How do you tell a friend about that awesome movie you saw last night? Or describe an amazing trip from last year? For all of that, you need the simple past. So, here's our game plan. We'll start with the basic idea, then we'll jump into the super simple rule for regular verbs. After that, we'll meet some of those special irregular verbs, and then figure out how to ask questions and say no. And finally, you'll get to try it yourself. Ready? Let's do it. All right, section 1. Let's start with the big question. What is the simple past tense anyway? You know what? It's actually way simpler than it sounds. We use this tense for any action that is completely finished. It started in the past and it ended in the past. That's the most important thing to remember. The action is over, done. And you'll often see the simple past with specific time words. These are like little clues. Phrases like yesterday, last night, last week, or a specific year, like in 2003, they all tell you, hey, this action is finished. Okay, ready to build our first sentences? We're going to start with regular verbs, which is great news because most verbs in English follow one really simple rule. For most verbs, you literally just add ed to the end. That's it. So the verb play, as you can see here, just becomes played. Today I play, yesterday I played. It's really that straightforward. Now, of course, English spelling has a few little tricks, right? But don't worry, there are just 3 quick rules. First, if a verb already ends in E, like move, you just add a D. Easy. Second, if it ends in a consonant plus Y, like try, you change that Y to IED. And finally, for short verbs with one vowel and one consonant, like drop, you double that last letter before adding ED. Okay, now that we've got the main rule down, it's time to meet the exceptions. I like to call these the rule breakers. They're the irregular verbs, and they're special because they do not follow that ED rule at all. This comparison makes it super clear. A regular verb like walk just needs that ed to become walked. Simple. But an irregular verb like go completely changes into a new word, went. For these guys, there's no magic rule. You just have to learn them. Let's look at a few of the most common ones. As you can see, buy becomes bought, come becomes came. We already saw go becomes went, and sleep becomes slept. It's best to just think of these as new vocabulary words that you need to memorize.
So what if you want to ask a question or say something didn't happen? For that, we need a special little helper word. And that word is did. This word is the absolute key to everything.
To make a sentence negative, the formula is always the same. You use didn't, which is just short for did not, and then, and this part is so important, you use the original verb, not the past tense one. Okay, let's see it in action. Here's a positive sentence. She walked. Simple, right? We've got our regular ed verb. But now, watch what happens when we make it negative. She didn't walk. See? Our helper didn't takes care of the past tense for us, so the main verb, walked, just goes right back to its original form, walk. Now let's try it with one of those tricky irregular verbs. The positive sentence is, they bought a car. So bought is our special irregular past tense verb. And for the negative, you guessed it, they didn't buy a car. It's the exact same rule. That helper word, didn't, does all the hard work. So our irregular verb, bought, changes right back to its base form, buy. This rule works for all verbs, regular or irregular. Making questions is just as easy, and you'll see it follows a very similar pattern. The structure is always did plus the subject plus the base form of the verb. So for example, did you walk or did he buy? Notice again we're using the original verbs walk and buy, not the past tense forms. The word did at the beginning already tells us we're asking about the past.
And how do you answer these questions?
So easy.
If the answer is yes, you just say, yes, I did, or yes, she did. If it's no, you say, no, I didn't, or no, she didn't. You just use that helper word again.
You have done an excellent job. We've covered all the basics. So let's just do a super fast review of the key points you need to remember.
Okay, so here are the big ideas. Remember, simple past is for finished actions. For most verbs, just add ed.
Some special verbs are irregular and change completely, you just have to learn them. And for any negative sentence or any question, who's our best friend? Did and didn't plus the original verb.
And now, it's your turn. I've got a final question for you, so you can practice everything we just learned. What did you do yesterday? Seriously, think about it. Did you watch a movie? Did you study English? Did you go for a walk? Try to answer it using the simple past. You can do it. You've got this.